So let's get into my favorite part, the trending topics.
Is it your favorite part?
It is actually.
Okay.
I love it.
I thought my favorite part was 59% pre-sale absorption rate.
Well, sure. I like reporting the numbers, but I feel like there's always a narrative out there, and so I like getting into some of that. Right now, obviously, we're seeing multiple offers on detached homes in all markets. Much of the detached product across the Lower Mainland is seeing sales of $100,000 to $500,000 over asking, no subjects, 10 plus offers. Single month price changes range from 2.4% up to 8% in a single month. Obviously, that's not sustainable, nor is that healthy for our market. Even more expensive markets like Vancouver West, we've mentioned already today, transacting again as demand reaches all markets. Downtown Vancouver, as we've said, probably going to start to run very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that.
You can almost feel it right now.
You
right?
really can.
The number of individuals that we have reaching out to us asking, what is your perspective of downtown? Where do you see that marketplace going? What is the rental impact? I think these are all top of mind for many investors and also principal residences.
Yeah, and many homes are now priced higher than they were during that market run of sort of 2015, 2016, 2017. So we've exceeded that now. Mortgage rates slightly creeping up. The biggest risk right now is government intervention. They're going to look at an overheating market. They are going to make changes. Just literally hot off the presses, we hear that they've increased the mortgage stress test rate. This is going to ramp up further as we continue through a typically busy spring market, and lack of affordability and price escalation concerns become the new narrative. Now, they've given us until June 1st to put the new mortgage stress test in place. So we've also now just really guaranteed for the next couple of months that we are going to see incredible activity as people try to get in before this adjustment is made.
And I think that that's a very fair point. The expectation now is that if you think sales ratios were tough today, it's going to be far more difficult as everyone tries to secure mortgage to make sure that they're taking advantage of what is more affordable, a more affordable opportunity today than tomorrow. That's not because rates are going up, but that's primarily because how you will qualify for the end value of your home is very different after June. I think next up, trending topics, this is a good one. Bank of Canada interest rates, we know that the announcement's coming out on April 21st. 5-year fixed mortgages right now, they're slowly increasing. They're slowly inching up. And our expectation is that that's going to continue to happen. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how the GOC reacts to any movement in the US Federal Reserve. We're going to keep a close eye on that because we know that Canada's economy is so closely linked to what happens south of the border. That's both with regards to our dollar and to interest rates. Both economies right now are projecting huge gains in 2021. We know that Canada is targeting 5%. We know that the United States believes that they're on pace for a 6.5% increase. And then there's China, who's predicting 7 to 8% over 2021. Now, who knows what that prediction means? They typically always shoot high, but even 3 to 4% growth in China, when you think about the size of its population, it is a massive number. Our expectation, though, is that all of this positivity is absolutely driving our marketplace right now. Nanos Research, I loved diving deep into this article a few weeks ago. They recently reported that 6 out of 10 Canadians believe that neighborhood pricing is going to increase over the next 6 months. So the homes in their neighborhood will go up.
They're probably watching the pulse. That's why they think that.
My guess is that as our subscribers rise, more people are believing that. But then, of course, you have the Bank of Canada Governor, Tiff Macklem, who's cautioning last month that there's so many signs of excess right now and exuberance in our marketplace and that the wrong types of buyers are showing up. And that you can't help but believe that maybe some of the conversations that we've been having over the past 2 to 3 months aren't certainly on the minds, and potentially maybe in some of the policy adjustments that will be proposed over the coming months. We know that stress test is probably just one of them, Suzana. So what does this mean? Well, our belief is that mortgage practices, capital gains, other taxation policies, these are going to be the measures, unfortunately, that government at federal and provincial levels are going to pull on. Best case scenario, we're only tackling one of them, but it's very, very likely that we'll see multiple levers pulled. And our perspective is that any combination of those levers being pulled is a really big first step towards recreating the same nationwide real estate recession that we saw back in 2019. And in these moments, I'm going to get on a soapbox here, but in these moments, if our government and our policymakers just spent as much time tackling supply constraints and holding municipalities accountable as they did focusing their efforts on the populace, infused Kool-Aid, Band-Aid, demand measure solutions that they continue to focus on, which is all about curbing demand as opposed to increasing supply, we would have far less stigma around renting today, and we'd have far more home affordability. I think the hardest part about this is that many of our friends and our closest family members are continuing to have to move out of the Lower Mainland into markets further east or south in order to be able to afford properties. And that's really, really disheartening to us. Canadians deserve, and I know you believe this, Canadians deserve access to all forms of housing. And I'm going to quote Kevin Costner on this one. You know, if you build it, they will come. And all we have to do, the solution is very straightforward, I think. Just unlock the density. Just unlock the density, increase supply. So we really appreciate you joining us for this episode. Of course, as always, smash that like button. Please hit that subscribe button and check out any of the links below. All of the incredible data is accessible through there, and looking forward to seeing you next month.